Strings of the Sky, a Steampunk Odyssey. Chapter 1. The Brass Strum Guild. The city of Gildenspire never slept. Its endless hum of gears and steam made a symphony of industry that mirrored the city's tireless inhabitants. Among them were Rye-dog and Ice-dog, celebrated builders of musical wonders. Their workshop, the Brass Strum Guild, was a testament to their craft. Intricate guitars, violins, and zither adorned the walls, each shimmering with brass inlays and glimmering wood finishes. Rye-dog, tall and wiry, leaned over a half-finished guitar, his goggles pushed up onto his forehead. "Pass me the brass frets," he said. Ice-dog, his stocky and deliberate counterpart, handed him the delicate pieces. "You're polishing it too much. The shine's fine, what it needs is resonance." The doorbell chimed, a custom-built contraption that sang a perfect A-sharp. Entering was Old Man Markus, an eccentric with a coat patched from countless travels. On his shoulder perched Chronos, his golden hawk. "Evening, lads," Markus greeted, spreading a map on the nearest workbench. "Got something to show you." The map was unlike anything they'd seen. Regions marked with names like Songwood Forest, the Choral Symphony, and Whispering Peaks. Marcus's finger traced a winding path. "This map leads to materials that could make an instrument to rival the stars. But it's no easy journey." Rye-dog and Ice-dog exchanged looks, excitement gleaming in their eyes. The workshop, for all its brilliance, suddenly felt small. "When do we leave?" Rye-dog asked. Markus chuckled. "The airship Cloud Serenade is ready. We set off at dawn." Chapter 2. The Airship Takeoff. The Cloud Serenade was a marvel. Steam hissed from its brass exhaust pipes, and its propellers glinted in the morning light. As they ascended, the city fell away, replaced by endless skies. Markus handled the helm while Rye-dog and Ice-dog explored the ship's workings. "This isn't just transport," Markus explained. "You'll need to know her inside and out if we're to survive." The first challenge came sooner than expected. A valve burst, spewing steam into the cabin. "The pressure's too high," Markus shouted. Rye-dog and Ice-dog scrambled to improvise. Using a brass coupling and spare tubing, they rerouted the steam. As the airship stabilized, they shared a triumphant grin. "This isn't just a trip," Ice-dog said. "It's an adventure." Chapter 3. The Forest of Forgotten Chords. The Songwood Forest was alive with music. Each step through the misty woods released faint chords, as though the trees themselves were instruments. Villagers warned of a guardian, a stag with brass-like antlers that protected the forest. Deeper in, they encountered the creature. It stood majestic, its eyes glowing with an otherworldly light. The stag blocked their path, its hooves striking the ground in rhythmic beats. Rye-dog and Ice-dog took out their portable instruments and played a soft tune. Slowly, the stag relaxed, its antlers vibrating in harmony with their melody. As it stepped aside, the group collected fallen branches of the legendary songwood, their prize secured. Chapter 4. The Sky Kraken. High above the clouds, the airship encountered its first true menace, a sky kraken. Its massive tentacles lashed out, gripping the hull. The ship groaned under the strain. "Keep it distracted," Markus yelled, steering the ship in evasive maneuvers. Rye-dog and Ice-dog worked feverishly, rigging together an ultrasonic emitter from spare parts. The device emitted a piercing frequency that disoriented the creature, forcing it to release the ship and retreat into the clouds. As they caught their breath, Markus gave them an approving nod. "Resourceful. We'll need more of that." Chapter 5. The Brass Bazaar. Their next stop was the Brass Bazaar, a sprawling market city where inventors, tinkerers, and traders gathered. The trio navigated its crowded streets, marveling at the wares, clockwork automatons, brass-plated tools, and impossible contraptions. They bartered for rare brass inlays and clockwork mechanisms. But danger lurked in the form of a sly thief who tried to steal their songwood. Chronos intervened, swooping down to snatch the wood back. The thief fled, leaving the group shaken, but grateful for the hawk's vigilance. In the evening, they forged a brass talon charm for Chronos, a token of their thanks. Chapter 6. The Undersea Symphony. Their journey took them to a sunken city, reachable only by a diving bell attached to the Cloud Serenade. The waters glowed with bioluminescent coral, each piece emitting a faint, resonant hum. As they collected the coral, they were ambushed by a mechanical sea serpent. Its metal scales glinted as it lunged. Markus devised a plan, and Rye-dog and Ice-dog played a disorienting melody on their instruments. The sound confused the serpent long enough for them to escape with the coral. Back aboard the airship, they admired their prize. The coral's unique resonance promised to make their instruments unlike anything before. Chapter 7. The Whispering Peaks. The Whispering Peaks loomed in the distance, shrouded in mist. These mountains held tuning forks that resonated with the Earth's vibrations. The climb was grueling, with treacherous paths and biting winds. At the summit, they found the forks embedded in rock. Extracting them triggered an avalanche. Chronos scouted a safe route, and the trio narrowly escaped. Exhausted but triumphant, they added the forks to their growing collection of materials. Markus smiled. You're learning the value of perseverance. Chapter 8. The Song of the Sky Beast. On the return journey, the Cloud Serenade encountered the Sky Beast, a legendary creature with wings like storm clouds. Its roar shook the airship, and Markus warned that no weapon could defeat it. Instead, Rye-dog and Ice-dog crafted a temporary instrument from their gathered materials. Together, they played a haunting melody. The sky beast stilled, its massive form coiling gently around the airship. For a moment, the music bridged the gap between human and monster. The creature released the ship and disappeared into the sky. Chapter 9. The Great Performance. Back in Gildenspire, the trio poured their efforts into crafting the ultimate guitar. The songwood formed the body, the coral became luminous inlays, the brass adorned the edges, and the tuning forks provided perfect resonance. Their first performance drew a massive crowd. The guitar's sound was ethereal, resonating with emotions that brought listeners to tears. It was a moment of pure magic, a testament to the power of creativity and collaboration. Chapter 10. The Eternal Melody. Years later, Rye-dog, Ice-dog, and Markus sat beneath the stars, their journey long behind them. We set out to make an instrument, Markus said, but what we really created was a legacy. They gifted their knowledge to aspiring musicians, ensuring that their story would inspire generations to come. As Chronos soared into the night, the trio played one final tune, its melody carrying their adventures into eternity.